Strike three. He knew it.
To be his playing weight. Baseball bat. Get this guy a tennis racket.
Just getting his first chance in the big leagues. And a call, strike three, right on.
Welcome in a baseball podcast. I'm Charles.
And I'm PJ.
And I'm Jacob.
Episode 6. How's everyone doing today?
Good, Charles. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. A lot of baseball being watched. A lot of things happening. You know, the MLB app shows you how many games and teams you streamed and how many hours and how many home runs you've seen and all kinds of things. Jacob, how many teams have you seen so far this season?
I think you said, 25?
Yeah. I think you had more than me.
That's pretty good.
I like watching just any game that's on, dude. It's something to put on the TV if I'm feeling something to watch.
Absolutely. I'm kind of wondering about their algorithm. Like, if you're watching the games like all at once, like the MLB Big Inning, do they count all those as individual games?
Maybe
I
if
hope
it's
so.
only whatever game that you're listening to, maybe it only counts that.
That's possible.
Possible. I don't know. It didn't give me many hours for the Mariners, but also I haven't watched that many entire games because, you know, we work the schedule that we do. I will fall asleep around like the 5th, 6th, 7th inning sometimes, and it still counts those games as being watched.
If you don't know what we're talking about and you have the app, just look and click stats. You can see. You can follow along with your whole season.
If you click the little 3 lines at the top, and then there's several things in there, and one of them is streaming stats.
The real thing that'll tell you how many games you saw, how many complete games you saw, is you have to count the innings.
Yes.
And then maybe go look at how many teams you saw. There's probably an algorithm in there that we could figure out for you, but I'm not that good at math. I'll leave it to somebody else.
So, what was your biggest, most surprising stat that you saw? Maybe you got to go look at it again, but
yeah, let me pull this app up again.
In the meantime, while you guys are pulling up, Charles, I'm going to pose something to you I saw today. Tetsuya Ime, I believe that's how you say that. He's a pitcher for the Astros. He came out and, through his interpreter, said that it's very difficult adjusting to Major League Baseball because he's mentioned like the mound is very hard compared to his first season over from Japan. And he said, they only play about 6 stadiums, I think is what he said. And here, you play 30 with a different mound. And I guess it's something I never really thought of, is just something as simple as how tough the mound is. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing.
It is a weird thing. You hear a lot of times people talk about how different the infield is, how fast the ball travels on the ground. Is it a fast field or a slow field? Is the grass really thick? You don't ever hear one say the mound is hard compared to what you pitched off before. But, I guess I could see that being different. Your foot is kind of, planted in that ground. You can feel a difference there.
Absolutely, you can feel a difference.
It's kind of like when a guy fouls a ball off his toe, like that Marlins guy did last night. Who was that?
That was Owen Casey.
Yeah, Owen Casey fouled a ball off his size 13. I don't know what size shoes were.
Size 13 seems accurate for that. I mean, he is like 6'3" or something, ginger guy. He's got big feet, I'm sure.
Yes, man. But you know what?
Shouts out on Casey.
I would like to feel that mound. I'm not a pitcher.
No.
But I bet I could feel a difference if I stepped up there.
Well, I'm looking here, and the dimensions and everything, height, distance is still the same as baseball. But there's an article here, just as I Googled this, from New York Times in 2009. It says, for Japanese pitcher, a mound of challenges. So I guess this has been something that they've struggled with, or maybe not just Japanese pitchers, maybe players from other countries. But it's just something that, like, you would never think the mound being hard is something that would, or like the whatever, the mound would mess with you that much.
I know. Yeah, pitchers are a different breed. There's sometimes hitters are like this.
Yeah.
Pitchers are very routine, very, they want things to feel the same, be the same. And there's this guy saying he's struggling here in the U.S.
Yeah, he got put on the IL because he's been struggling.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that.
Absolutely. It's a mind game out there on the mound.
And there's so many things, like you said, like baseball players in general are so regimented and everything, but then pitchers are like to the next level. So if there's like one little thing off in their routine, like it might mess up their whole day.
And if there's one sport that's known for superstitions, it is baseball.
Yeah.
The other day, the Marlins used their closer as a opener randomly. I thought it was extremely random. I did a little research. I found out it was kind of a family matter he had to go deal with. Well, so, like, we need you to pitch today. We're going to pitch you first, and then you can go.
Get the use out of his arm.
You think
Why
about
not?
it. Think about it this way, right? Who's he facing? 1, 2, 3. The best
hitters.
Best 3 hitters. I mean, that's 3 outs is 3 outs,
right.
Whether it's the 25th to 6th and 7th or the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point. But
okay, now that we've had our sidebar there, tell me what you got on your streaming stats there.
The one that's kind of driving me crazy, PJ.
I know what it's going to be.
Oh, my goodness. There's two. I stream a lot of games. This is telling me that I've streamed the Diamondbacks more than any other team, which is annoying me.
Well, and that's just because you've been watching the Braves on national TV. So.
Yeah.
The other one is, it's saying that I haven't seen a grand slam this season. And I remember vividly Matt Olson hitting a grand slam.
Was that national TV?
No. I was talking to Jacob. I was listening to that on the radio.
Oh.
Yep.
So I saw it in my head, not in reality.
Our man just has such a vivid imagination.
He's seen so much baseball.
He truly believed he saw it.
To be fair, I sidebar here. Charles, you remember this. 2021 in LCS, that game Eddie Rosario hit the 3-run homer.
Yes.
I was driving home from work, and I remember, like, I could visualize it because Ben was like, will it stay fair? It's on the side. I'm like, go, Eddie, get out of here. So I understand that. I could see it exactly. And I got home and saw the replay. I was like, that's pretty much what I envisioned.
Jacob, I've seen that sweet swing of Matt Olson so many times. I can picture that grand slam, no problem.
Except he didn't actually see it.
I didn't. I saw it after because I looked at the highlights.
You saw the highlight.
But you know what?
But you didn't stream it, so it's not going to count it.
What's on your stats is standing out for you, Jacob? Anything standing out?
What's standing out for me is that I also did not see any grand slams. And I swore I saw at least one. With all these games I've watched, I swear I could have seen at least... No, they all happened after I fell asleep or right before I started watching the game.
I saw
a couple happened right as I looked
homer.
Away.
That's the closest I got. Gavin Sheets hit a 3-run homer.
3-run homer.
And that's all I saw.
But it's just kind of cool. I mean, you know, all the apps do this. Music apps, they all want to stream what you show you what you've been doing.
This is a fun number that I think is interesting. 840 plate appearances is what I've seen.
That's a lot.
And I've only seen how many of these games?
Right.
I've seen 7.
20 total home runs, it says.
Man.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, just think how many, this would take a lot of math, but how many innings in a season? Wait till you get to the end of the season and look at this app.
Yeah.
43 total games is what I've watched. And 840 plate appearances. I mean, this is a fun sport where you can have that many games to watch this early in the season, I think.
And see, this is something I've been talking to you guys about since we've kind of started doing this podcast is there is so much in baseball for anybody. And I think that's just what people don't realize is that if you just want to track how many home runs you've watched all year, even if you don't care, you can do that. Or if you just want to track how many players from Japan are in the MLB, or there's so many things that you can find what you want. You don't even have to care about baseball.
That's fair. I mean, it's a fact.
No, absolutely. I've been really enjoying watching pitching stuff.
Pitching, sequencing, and just seeing all that. First of all, these guys, that's
the fact that there's a couple guys that will get on the mound with literally only 2 pitches in their arsenal and take out I don't know how many people.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Blows me away.
And then the pitchers who could pitch like 6 different pitches.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they even do that.
That's like, I always thought, if you ever get a chance, listen to Yu Darvish talk, because he talks about how the way he holds the ball, he's basically got like 12 different pitches, but he throws 4 pitches like 3 different ways. He's like, if I hold it here, it's this velocity, it moves this way. If I hold it here, it's this velocity. That's just like, that's crazy. Just to do that with your hand and a ball.
The amount of time you have to spend throwing a ball at a target just to learn that you can get that down.
Right. And then for it to be repeatable enough that you know, I have confidence
and
to throw
not
this.
destroy your shoulder or elbow while doing it. Phenomenal.
You know, we need some baseballs here in our studio.
Yeah.
So we can see if we can grip a slider or something.
I saw something funny the other day. That Paul Skeens said the first time he ever threw a sweeper, he threw it into the LSU parking lot.
Wow.
That sounds about right.
And then yesterday I saw a clip of him throwing a sweeper, and they discombobulated the guy. So.
Are you talking about that one that went straight up 19 inches horizontal?
Yeah.
Across the whole plate?
You see, a guy throwing 100 shouldn't be able to throw a slider that moves 2 feet. That should be illegal and impossible.
Absolutely.
A human body should not be capable of producing that. And we're just like, just another day watching Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens is awesome.
Yeah.
After watching a few weeks, guys, I know we did our preseason predictions.
Mm-hmm.
I went out and said, I'm thinking the Pirates win that division. I picked them. And you guys kind of didn't laugh at the idea, but, the Brewers are a pretty good pick. But, it's just like, now I'm seeing these people who are quote-unquote experts out there. They're saying the Pirates are for real suddenly.
But they didn't have any faith in them before the season.
They didn't. And now they're saying that they look like they could be the real deal.
Bostic knew.
He did.
I knew. You heard it on this podcast first. Our audience from all around the world, you heard this.
I'm looking at it right now. He said the Pirates.
He did.
Our official note taker over here, PJ, he wrote it down.
And I'd like to give a quick shout out to all our fans around the world.
Yeah. Shout out to all our fans. We're just starting, but we're glad you guys are joining us for the ride. We appreciate it.
Those of you in Vietnam, South Africa, Brazil,
Panama. Yeah, we have
all sorts of places.
It's kind of interesting to see all the listeners we have. And if you guys want to add anything to the show or give us a subject to talk about, maybe there's a player in your country you know about.
Or if, you just want to tell us how you found us, if you're from another country or what, just tell us a little about.
Comment on Spotify. You can comment anywhere you hear podcasts, or you can comment on our Instagram.
We have an Instagram.
It's in its infancy stages, but it's there. A Baseball Podcast. Really simple, to the point.
So if you have any topics, headlines, thoughts, questions, concerns, fun facts, anything you think is giveaways,
drop us a line. We'll read it on air.
Hit us up. Yep.
You know what? We had someone write us a comment on Spotify. Our good old buddy John, the lifelong Astros fan, right? I was thinking, we need to take a moment right now. And we need to say, the Astros, they've gotten off to a rough start. Mostly due to their starting pitching. A lot of injuries, and you can't control injuries. I'm a Braves fan, I know that. You only can control what you can control. And I feel for them. As a group, guys, they have an MLB worst 6.60 ERA this season. The bullpen, they are not picking up much slack there either. They have an ERA of 6.35 as a group. You can't change what has happened. Just remember what people say. It's a long season, John. It's a long season.
Well said, Charles.
Thank you. Hey, I know there's other teams out there struggling too. I'm not going to pick on them. I'm just going to the Astros right now.
I will pick on a team that's
getting rage bait Bostic out of his shell.
That has the same record as the Houston Astros, or the Houston Lastros, as we used to call them back when they were bad. The New York Mets.
Wait a minute.
I'm
Wait a minute,
sorry for all of
PJ.
this,
Can you
John.
bring the music back? Can we have an ode to the Mets real quick?
The 2026 New York Mets went out and got Bo Bichette. They went out and got Freddie Peralta. They went out and got Polanco. And they're in last place. They have a negative run differential. They're on a 7-game losing streak. They're already in last place. Their fans are already giving up. They're in LA right now. Hopefully it doesn't get any better.
The New York Mets.
A lot of hate on this podcast today.
Hold on, to be positive for a second and give a shout out to a team that I know Charles has a little love for. If I would have told you that this would be the AL West standings before the year, you would have died. Rangers, Athletics tied for first.
Let's go Athletics.
Los Angeles Angels in third. Mariners, Astros.
Yeah.
Weird. You wouldn't have expected that.
That is weird.
The Mariners have not done well at the beginning of this season. I'm hoping that maybe something can happen, something crazy, something phenomenal. But who knows?
Here's something interesting. I see the stat here. I didn't know that MLB had this. It has a record versus teams greater than 500, which obviously you could be 1-0 at this point. You could have lost that game. But the Mariners are 4-9. a lot of these other teams haven't played that many games against teams over 500. So maybe they start getting some easier games and get in a groove.
I have faith for the Mariners.
I do too.
I don't think they're as bad as their record is letting on.
It's just been a slow start.
I don't think the Astros are as bad as they are letting on either. I'm not going to talk about the Mets. There's a guy trying to get on the show right now. He's trying to call in our hotline. He hasn't gotten through yet. It's been busy. I don't know why he can't get through. He keeps on complaining to me at the grocery store.
He does catch us.
He does. He's like, hey, Charles. And I'm like, who is this? And I'm like, oh.
Number one Mets fan.
It's the Mets fan. We have to give him a nickname or something. But he's talking about all these things, Mets. And I'm done with it. On this show, you will not hear me talk well about the Mets.
Last time I spoke to him about the Mets, he seemed pretty downtrodden.
Yeah, say this about him. He's a genuine Mets fan. As soon as things go bad even slightly, he just gives up. That's what Mets fans do because they know better.
Well, it is.
That's what happened at the grocery store.
That's New York for you, isn't it?
Well, something we don't want to give up on. You want to start our pickle today?
Pickle.
Before you do, a pickle note. I wrote a pickle note on my notes.
Pickle.
This is very ironic that we just talked about the New York Mets. The New York Mets are now selling at their games a $5 mini bucket of dill pickle chips. You can eat pickles while watching the Mets.
Wait,
and while doing
are
the
they
pickle.
chips that are dill pickle flavored or dill pickle?
I knew you would ask me
Yeah.
that.
I think
That's a
that
big
means that
difference.
they're maybe chips made of dill pickles.
That's what I was thinking.
They are actual
dried-
pickles.
okay.
They're not
dried
potato
pickles.
They're
chips.
not like Miss Vicky's.
I think they're dried pickle
Oh,
sauce.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're in the juice, guys. They're in the juice.
in
They're
the
pickles.
juice.
They are
Oh.
dill pickles cut into slices.
I'm not-
You're telling me these
I'm
are
not
moist.
touching that with-
this is
with
a
Charles's
bowl,
mouth.
This is a bowl of moist chips.
TJ hates pickles,
It
but he
can't
loves
be
the
a
game.
chip if it's. It can't be a chip if it's not dry.
That's true.
I don't think that
What
can
is it then?
qualify. What is
a
They're the New
wet
York
chip?
Mets.
that's
What
a
is-
slice of whatever you
It's a
took it
slice
from,
of
dude.
wet pickle.
Slice of potato,
Like
slice
hamburger.
Of pickle.
On a hamburger, you put pickles. I believe that's what they're doing. We have to Google this on a pic.
So
get a
what? They're
picture
just
of
giving
it.
you a bowl of
Hold on.
pickles.
A bucket, like a mini
A
bucket. Like it's sort of like a like instead of a Coke cup, a bucket with
They
a
would-
handle on it.
Are you saying
of
they would
pickles.
give Coke cups of pickles at these Mets games
I'm
before?
giving you the
or are you
size
just,
proportions there.
I'm looking. I'm
Do
doing
you
some
have it?
research.
No
I'm
one
doing,
needs that many
Alright.
pickles. I mean, sure, there are people that want them, but
Have you-
like
have you
don't
been to
need
New
that
York?
many.
Yeah,
I'm
look-
telling you guys right now, you don't need that many. You
It's
don't
just
need
Yes.
it's like what you'd buy at the store. It's just a little bucket, and it's got liquid, and it's just the pickles floating.
But they're selling it at the game.
But
At
they're
the
for
game.
$5.
$5.
And it's like-
Does
Does
like-
it have a lid?
Yes, it's like this big. It's got a handle.
Okay, so it's like a tchotchke mostly.
It's literally like the ones you would just buy at a store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
Hey,
got a handle.
The way
Sorry.
Charles described it made it sound
I thought it was gonna be like a hot
concession
dog
food.
thing,
I
and
was
it's like
exactly- I was
like
imagining-
pickle chips laying there. You got
I
a
was
dip or
imagining
some
literally
ranch dip or something.
I was picturing just a bowl of pickles.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, maybe
just,
you get
just
like ranch,
loose pickles, no condiments.
just wet.
Wet.
Yeah.
There's a good brine in there at the bottom.
The
It's
bottom of the
sloshy.
container is stable. It's gonna break any minute.
Absolutely. That's not baseball food.
No.
That's not baseball food. A greasy dog, that's baseball
Yeah.
food. You know, nachos, baseball food. A 2-foot long quesadilla, baseball food. All right.
I just had to bring it up because we play pickle.
We do.
And it's the New York Mets. Anytime you talk bring up the New York Mets, it's something weird.
It's true.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's play the pickle.
But
Charles has been on a bit of a heater lately.
I
Charles,
have been on a bit of a heater.
you've been on a
lately.
heater. Let's start you the pickle then.
You know, I was trying to think before the show which direction to go with this choice.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to go with someone who's in the infield, someone in the outfield?
You know what? You took too long. I'm taking this over. Luis Matos.
Yeah, I don't know how long that explanation was gonna go on, so we're just.
I'm butting in. I'm cutting in. I'm taking over.
Okay, you can go ahead.
There was a little bit
Luis
of hurt in
Mata.
that.
Who does he play for?
He actually plays for the Brewers.
He plays for the Brewers.
Yeah.
And he is what position?
He is an outfielder.
Outfielder.
Yeah. And since it's generic outfielder, I was hoping that could just, I don't know,
Hey,
orange it for us.
because in our version of this game, outfield is outfield, right?
Outfield is outfield.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a specific.
It doesn't have
outfielder.
to be specific.
Speaking of the Brewers, I mean, they had a new City Connect. Do you like it?
I actually did like it.
You like that
The
one?
Wiscos?
Yeah, the Wiscos.
I actually like that. I think, I mean, some people think it looks like a softball jersey.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's very simple and it's nice and clean to
Yeah.
me. I like navy as well.
I really like it because the Bucks had a jersey. The Milwaukee Bucks had a jersey a couple years ago that was that kind of similar blue, and I really liked that one. So it's kind of a similar.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know if they're just like, all right, Milwaukee, you guys are getting these blue ones, but I like that one.
I like it.
I like the Brew Crew one better.
Yes, Brew Crew was much better.
They had one that said Brew Crew?
Yeah,
it was
first generation of City Connect. They had Brew Crew.
Yeah.
But this time they did Wisco.
By the way, can we talk about the City Connects right now?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought when you guys told me about them before I looked them up that this was something that had been going on for a while, and maybe there was like a bunch of different City Connect jerseys that were just really cool. Come to find out, there's only been, like, for a lot of these teams, one or maybe two.
Just now, two, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of new. When Nike started doing the uniforms, that's kind of when this stuff came up.
Yeah.
You know, they got this
idea.
idea.
Nike likes to, like in the NBA, they have it at least every 2 years you're going to get two new uniforms. Every other year you're going to get one new uniform. So Nike just loves to make new stuff, which is cool, but sometimes I feel like they get really lazy.
They do.
Or they don't do it. Like, it doesn't feel like it's very like they didn't do any research or anything. They don't know anything about it. They just like, Tejas.
Right. I don't care for the Texas Rangers.
Do we know if this is like the teams that's designing them, or if it's someone at Nike that designs them?
No, I think
teams
they
have
give
a bit
input.
of say. Because I feel like the Braves had to.
Because
the Braves are so.
It's a very classic look right now.
Yeah,
it's
the Braves are
be
so
some sort of input there,
like organizationally, historically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
And
sense to
the
me.
Braves are a team who they want their brand still to look like their brand.
Yeah.
Like the Cincinnati Reds are an example of that C looks way different than their normal C.
I love that C.
Yeah, some people like
personally.
it.
I think
some
that
people
C
don't.
looks awesome.
I like the black ones better. I don't dislike it. I just liked their old ones better than these ones.
And I looked the black ones up. They were really cool.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
Yeah,
Seeing Ellie De La Cruz, because he had like a game in that uniform either last year or the year before where he had like 16 bases and had like a home run and a triple and a double and stole like 6 bases. That was like, to me, that was legend. I was like, all right, Ellie in that uniform, that's like legendary.
The man in black.
Yeah, the man in black.
I asked Jacob this the other day, but there's two teams that don't have a City Connect at all.
The Yankees and
Yankees. Think about this one.
This one will get you.
It's
like an obvious answer, but it's not. When you find out what team it is, you'll be like, oh,
maybe
that
they'll
makes
have one
total
in the
sense why.
future, but not right now.
Maybe they would have had one in the past if they had started doing City Connects earlier, but not right now.
Do you want me to tell you the answer to it?
Hold on.
Okay.
This is a good one. We don't get to quiz PJ often.
And the Yankees are just because they don't.
The A's.
The A's.
They don't have a city.
They don't have a city.
They don't have a city, so they don't have a City Connect.
Nothing to connect to.
However, they release jerseys now that say Sacramento on
I
them.
do like those, actually.
They look like City Connects.
I think they look good.
They do. You know what? Speaking of the A's real quick, I miss those old black jerseys. They need to bring those back.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever seen those. Look those up. Oakland A's black jerseys. Those are classic.
All right, let's give it a look.
I'm a big jersey guy, so
Yeah. No,
especially
100%.
black. Anything like, when it's not like most teams have black, but when it's not like your regular jersey.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Now back to the pickle.
See what we got with our pickle.
All right, Luis Matos. For some people who may not know, we do division, team, what hand they bat, what hand they throw with, what country they're from, age, and position. If their age is within 2 years of either direction, it'll be orange is what we say. That's what the MLB app does. If they're a switch thrower or hitter and you guess one and it's not switch, it'll be orange. If the division is, if it's like, this is NL Central, so if it's any NL or AL Central, it'll be orange. And if it's not, then it'll be incorrect. So just if anybody doesn't know, that's the rules of
And
pickle.
now you can play along with us.
Now you can play along with us.
Yeah.
So Luis Matos, team is wrong, division is wrong, bats throws is correct, country is wrong, age is wrong, and position is wrong.
Let's, for the people, say what those are for Luis Matos.
Oh, yes, of course, right. Milwaukee is wrong, NL Central is wrong, bats right, throws right is wrong, Venezuela is incorrect. Bats right and throws right is correct.
Okay.
Venezuela is incorrect. 24 is is incorrect, and outfield is incorrect.
Okay.
This is probably the closest we've gotten to having everything incorrect.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, you asked us that earlier.
I feel like we've definitely had throw and bats.
We have.
Only before, but
So the division is orange.
wrong.
So that's helpful. That's helpful.
I always want you guys to get it orange, but you guys.
Yeah. Somehow we get it orange.
No, this is helpful because this will allow us to eliminate not just the entire NL, but also AL Central. Because if it was NL Central, if NL Central was orange, then AL Central could be it.
Right, or any of the other NL, except the NL Central.
NLs, but NL Central.
Yeah. But when it's wrong, it's actually more helpful because it narrows it down. You have 2 options left, which there's only 6, so it's not.
Yeah.
But still, you either get 1, 2, or 4. So getting it right's the best, but.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting it right would be the best, wouldn't it?
Brilliant point there.
Throws right and bats right is wrong.
Is correct. I said that. I said that
okay.
wrong, but yeah.
So I'm just going to throw out a guess. I don't know his age, and I don't care. I'm going to go Pete Alonso.
The polar bear. Charles,
Bear.
Do you like Pete Alonso?
I sometimes like him. He hit a home run the other day. I don't know if you saw this, Jacob. And it was his first home run of the year. He hit it, and a guy was wearing a polar bear helmet or mask, a big, one like a Mickey Mouse one, but a polar bear. And he caught the ball.
Like from, did it look like something from Golden Compass?
I don't know what Golden Compass looks like.
It just looks like somebody wearing a polar bear head.
He was wearing a polar bear head.
Wow.
And he caught the first home run from Pete Alonso.
Home run pitch every time, man.
Home run pitch every time, man.
All right. Pete Alonso. Baltimore, incorrect. AL East is orange. Bats right, throws right is correct. USA is incorrect. 31 is incorrect. And first base is incorrect.
So AL East is orange.
That means it's going to be AL West.
AL West.
And what did we say about his country and age?
Venezuela and USA, 2 guesses so far, incorrect.
Oh.
And 24 and 31 are incorrect.
Awesome.
No first base.
Okay.
No first base.
Wow. Well, we got some information.
So this actually helps us a lot. Not being USA does narrow it down quite a bit.
Yep.
We're looking right, not 24, not 34?
31.
31.
So it's still kind of a bit of a broad range there.
It's still pretty broad, but that also eliminates up to 26 and down to 22. And it eliminates
29 and
28
and 33.
33 and 30, yeah. Exactly.
29, 30, 32, 33.
So we have 27, 28, and upwards of 34.
Or it could be a real young guy.
Yeah, and when you watch baseball...
Or it could be a Connor Griffin.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not Connor Griffin,
but someone like
a Connor Griffin.
When you're watching the game, you don't know if someone's young unless you just know. Sometimes, like Connor Griffin, he doesn't look 19.
He looks my age.
Right, he
looks older than you.
Yeah, he really does.
He looks like he would be working a construction job as your boss.
Yeah.
We only know that because we know the information, and that's been a thing. Like, he is 19.
Yeah. And it's like, here's teenager coming up, So.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, we saw his debut. That was
pretty electric.
Yeah, that's going to be something hard to forget, Yeah. 19-year-old getting that.
And
that
I feel like obviously whenever a player on your team comes up, you remember it more, and especially like Rio Ruiz.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
He hit a home run. I still remember his first home run. I don't even think it was early on in his career, but I was younger and the Braves were bad, and me and my dad would always tune in and just catch. We wanted to see the guys develop. But
sure.
I think whenever you see a Connor Griffin or you see someone like that for their first game or the first time, you always will be like, I remember this guy's going to be really good,
Right. No, 100%. I mean, I was it's been a minute ago with my uncle in Georgia. It was not the Gwinnett Braves yet, not the AAA Gwinnett Braves. It was when it was the Gwinnett Braves. They actually used the Braves logo with a G through it. And Freddie Freeman was playing first. And I told my uncle that day, he's going to be awesome. And he didn't believe me. And he made it. And he's going to be a future Hall of Famer.
Bostic knew.
I knew.
He did.
Watch enough to know.
He did.
He knows because he studies the game.
He knows ball.
I watch the game because I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I'm going to go Elvis Alvarado.
I don't even know who that is.
Who does Elvis Alvarado play for?
Elvis Alvarado plays for the Athletics, actually.
He does?
Yeah.
He looks like a nice guy.
He's
got a nice picture.
He's got a nice smile.
He does look nice.
He looks like a very nice little dude.
He looks like a guy I feel bad for that he has to play for the A's. I know they're doing okay, but
they're doing all right.
They don't
it's
have
just
a city
sad they don't
connect.
have a city.
That's why I feel bad for them.
City.
This is a hot take, but I wish I would have picked a different city than Vegas to go to.
I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's a pretty cold take.
I think
actually.
a lot of people agree with that.
I think most people don't like the migration to Vegas for sports teams.
It's just overdone at this point. I want baseball to be different than the other sports.
And it was disrespectful how they
It
took him out
feels
of Oakland.
weird to me to grow a team in a city and then take it somewhere else.
It happens a lot.
And
I know
only
it
happens in
a bunch.
American
It
sports,
happens.
though.
It happens
Yeah.
a lot, but like PJ just said, it only happens in American sports.
There is a one-time soccer sidebar for the first time ever. There was a team called AFC Wimbledon, and they got bought in like the 90s, I think. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, we're going to move them down the street. And we're going to move them like down to a different town and build a new stadium, change the name and everything. They had no fans for like 20 years. Now they finally do because kids were born and became fans.
Yep.
And then the other AFC Wimbledon reformed and had to come back up, and now they're in the same league. But it's just like they lost all their fans, you know. And I guess in America we don't have the luxury of like, I can just go down the street to another team.
Yeah.
Like if the A's move, I guess I'll just keep being an A's fan, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking
gonna be
other
a Dodgers
sports,
fan.
but what's the team? I'm not big on the NBA as you are, PJ. The Utah Jazz were in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
That made sense.
Utah
And now they go to
Jazz makes-
Utah and they're the Jazz.
Yeah,
Makes
they
sense?
need to change that.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
A lot of teams changed their name.
The Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
There's literally 0 lakes in
Makes
California.
no sense.
Because they came from Minneapolis. It makes a lot of sense.
I mean, there used to be a lake, a big one.
The Montreal Expos, they moved to Washington, D.C. They didn't keep the Expos as the name.
And I think this is I always feel like I don't know how to discuss this conversation because I'm a Thunder fan. So, like, my team moved. So I'm always like, you don't be like that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, but I'm a Thunder fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you move, you have to change the name.
I agree.
You can't be like the Athletics have been Philadelphia,
Yeah.
Oakland, and Sacramento.
Yep.
Like, you need to have a differentiation.
Do you think they'll
there.
change their name from
I
Athletics?
doubt it. I
I
don't think
wonder.
so.
I don't
They're
know
too
if they
cheap.
will.
They don't want to get all new branding.
it would be expensive.
You know, today, you got the pickle stuff? I'll go ahead and talk about this while you're working on
Go
that.
ahead.
Today is a day that, that historic. Today's
is
Jackie
indeed.
Robinson Day.
Yes, it is.
April 15th, today, Jackie Robinson Day. This began in 2004, but the tradition of every player wearing their number 42, that started in 2009.
Okay.
CC Sabathia and King Griffey Jr. They actually, I think it was King Griffey Jr. got permission to wear that number before this. Just that he asked the family,
Absolutely.
and they said sure. And then it became a tradition where everyone wore it, right?
So in order to do that, would he have to go through the family and then like the coach and then
They probably had to.
kind
The
of
family
the
would. He'd had probably get
owner,
approval
like-
from the family, and then probably have to go to the MLB since it's a league-wide
Yeah.
number
Yeah.
that nobody can wear.
and
you know-
now it's just a thing.
Something interesting about that is the NBA has done something recently. They retired number 6 for
Yes.
Bill Russell, but they grandfathered people in.
Mm.
So like Jalen Williams, who plays on the Thunder, he's still wearing number 6. He's
have
the
they
last.
retired 24?
No, the Lakers did.
I mean, makes sense.
Yeah, but it's just kind
You'd
of.
think the league would, right?
Do you think that if it wasn't Ken Griffey Jr., you think if it was like some random guy who's like a quad A guy,
Encarnacion.
some guy like that, just a quad A guy's like, I want to wear 42, they'd be like, no chance,
Nah,
buddy.
it's definitely because it was King Griffey Jr. and he respects the game and the history
And he's
of
a
it
great
and the
player.
family and Jackie Robinson himself.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think it's because of that. This is interesting.
Yeah.
We talk about stats a little bit. We're not a stats driven show, but we talk some stats.
I think numbers are fun.
Jackie Robinson won the MVP in 1949. This is what stood out to me. He went to the plate 609 times and only struck out 27 times.
Oh, wow. Do you-
27 times.
how many times did he walk?
I don't have that stat, but he hit 342 that season.
Pull that up for me, Jamie.
I'm just saying, what player just strikes out 27 times besides maybe Luis Ariz? I don't know how many he struck out last season.
Jackie Robinson struck out 27 times and walked 86.
Wow.
Still,
That's ridiculous. That's like a 4-1. I'm
Yeah.
close
God.
to, or not really, but 3-1, something
That's
like
just
that.
something that will never happen again, I don't think.
I heard a
a
stat
disturbing
once.
level of skill in that.
I heard a stat once that Tony Gwynn, in a season one time, struck out less than assists he got playing on the San Diego State basketball team in college.
Wow.
And Tony Gwynn I think he just played basketball
Yeah.
kind of on the side, and then
Yeah.
that's how little that dude struck out.
So crazy. And and just think how much it takes not to strike out.
Right, and
Because you're swinging.
well, and now, like, I know people get mad about strikeouts, but now a strikeout isn't seen as like, because back then nobody wanted to strike out.
Right.
And it was just
it was
a
failure.
Different game.
Yeah.
You know, I get it, but now guys strike out 200 times and nobody cares.
Nobody. But then when you start looking back in
And
time,
you go, oh my Lord.
just think if Shohei Ohtani struck out 27 times
Right.
and
Out of
every other thing was
600?
a home run or something.
He'd hit like 480.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I'd play him on beat the streak every time.
For real.
Jackie Robinson.
Every time.
You were the man. Jackie Robinson.
For real.
You guys ready to hear what Elvis Alvarado got us?
Yeah.
Lay it
Alright.
on us.
Team is Athletics, incorrect. AL West is correct. Bats right, throws right is correct. Dominican Republic is wrong. 27 is correct. And relief pitcher is correct.
So you got the age
Age and position.
and relief pitcher?
Relief pitcher is correct.
There are a lot of relief pitchers.
There are indeed.
But
I mean, you
as
need a
long
lot
as they're
of
not
arms to
from
get through some of
Venezuela,
these
the
games.
USA, or the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. This guy is
Struggled there. I almost wanted to say Democratic Republic.
and just so the people out there listening know, we try not to pick players that are hurt
Yeah.
on the IL or something.
And I try not to pick. Jacob likes to give me Elvis Alvarado. But I try not to pick those guys, so at least Charles has got a chance of
I
hearing
think
this.
people like Elvis Alvarado need a light shown on them.
He
all right?
does.
Shouts out.
I'm
Elvis.
just
If
saying-
you hear this, feel free to come on the show.
I'm just saying I try to pick guys that are a little more known, is all I'm saying.
27
Hopefully
years
these
old.
guys will be known.
Maybe next year when we're doing pickle, Elvis Alvarado would be a good pick because he's an all-star or something.
Yeah.
My fingers are crossed for him. You know.
Him and Garrett Hawkins.
So because this is my strategy with this next pickle guess,
Yes.
with what I'm going to look for.
Sure.
We're looking for foreign people, right? And
Basically
not
not
looking-
born in the USA.
Yeah.
yeah, not born in the USA.
Yeah.
We're also looking for not Venezuelan, not Dominican.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah.
it?
Yep.
And we're looking for
Twen-
right,
And
27-year-old who's
Relief.
a relief pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
My brain is immediately going to the Mariners. They have a billion people
Okay.
from all over the world on them.
And maybe some people at home might be wondering, how many guesses do you guys get? Charles, what does the MLB app give you?
Does it give you 6 or 7 guesses?
I believe it's 6.
Yeah.
It's, I think, a little more than 6.
We've never
but
got this far.
We've
I
never
don't
really
think.
had to use
I think
6. I think it
one
might
of the
be
first
7
few
or 8.
pickles. Let me go back to our
Yeah,
notes
go back
here.
to the show notes.
We got a 6 guesser,
Okay, so it just take a while for that.
but
one.
that was the very first one.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, PJ. Is this player tied to something that we've discussed before?
Most
Or-
definitely.
It is.
Most definitely.
Something we discussed before.
This
Does
is
it-
We've
I don't wanna
discussed a
get-
lot of stuff before.
Well,
We
I have
got-
another question.
What are you
Okay,
talking
okay.
I have
about?
a follow-up question to the question. My follow-up is, earlier in the show, Jacob had mentioned some other countries that have listened to our show.
Indeed.
Are any of those countries related to this guy?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay.
I
well,
thought
that-
you were just outsmart us there.
I mean, that would have been smart, but maybe he's saving that for another time now.
Maybe
Give
You
another
just, you
guess
just
for
planted
that?
something in his head. I
Yep.
do. Andres Munoz.
That's probably it.
Andres Munoz is correct.
I
like
felt that
Jacob.
one.
I like Andres
I
Munoz.
felt that
You
one.
got it. That's a
I wanted
good player.
to give more, but because I wanted to talk about how I liked him. But then
Born
I
in
was like,
Los
if I give away too much,
That's
Born
a good
in
one.
Los Mochis. That's a great name for a place.
Does he have a nickname?
Let's see. His nickname is El Plebe.
Oh, what does that? What does that mean?
Well, it sounds like it means the plebe.
let's see.
We'll have to look up what that means. I kind of threw you for a loop with that one.
yeah.
But, you know.
Just looking at it,
That's funny.
Apparently, El Plebe refers primarily to tacos El Plebe, an authentic Mexican street taco.
Well, good. I
But
love
I don't know
street
what a
tacos.
plebe is.
I don't
It looks
know.
like a hat.
I think that it means a common person. If we're being just
Refers
really,
to the common people.
there it is.
He
Yeah.
is a man of the people.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Andres Munoz.
Shout out. If Andres,
Shout
if you're
out.
hearing this, you want to come on. I don't know. I follow him on Instagram. I saw he posted a picture with a kid.
Yeah.
I think he just had a kid. I'm not 100%
Hey,
sure.
if you
But
want to come on, if you got some free time, dude,
Yeah.
call in, text
we
us.
can Zoom, call, whatever. Well,
Yeah.
if you just want to send us a little message, I know you're probably listening, so just
Yeah.
send us a little message.
maybe explain how you got your nickname.
Yeah, that'd be
We
cool.
would love to hear it.
You want to hear a story real quick?
Of course.
I put a story from the minor leagues just for today's show.
Not from Savannah Banana Ball.
Not from Savannah
Charles was
Banana
excited
Ball.
to tell me about Jackie Bradley Jr.
Jackie
playing
Bradley
for the
Jr. here for the
Indianapolis
cycle the
Clowns.
other night.
PJ has made it clear he does not want to hear about Banana Ball ever. So feel free to write in about it. If you'd like to hear about that, we can talk about
I'll
it.
go to the bathroom during that segment.
It's very popular, but we won't discuss it with PJ. That's fair. I think that's fine. But I have a story from the minor leagues.
Okay.
Is that fine? AAA.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oklahoma City Comets, they're the AAA affiliate of the Dodgers,
Yes.
played the Albuquerque Isotopes, AAA affiliate of the Rockies.
I actually saw that exact game
You
in
saw that?
Oklahoma City last year.
Oh, you did. So you saw these teams play before.
Wow.
Dodgers number 17 prospect, Zach Erard. Okay. I don't know if they say his name. I'm guessing. He's a minor leaguer. Maybe
Spell
I'll
it.
know him.
Spell
Baseball Reference doesn't have his pronunciation yet.
It might, but I didn't look for that. Ehrhard.
Yeah, I'm not trying that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just leave that one be. You know what he did the other day?
Played
The
baseball.
23-year-old raced around the diamond and made it home in 15.4 seconds. He hit
Wow.
a inside the park grand slam.
Man, that what's the most impressive about that is that is the only way I could hit a home run in Little League. I always got stuck behind somebody.
Yeah.
So not getting stuck behind three people.
I was about to say the most impressive part to me is that everybody moved that
because
quickly.
there's
Not
sometimes
just
there's a
him.
big boy,
Yeah.
DH, first baseman, catcher. You get stuck behind, and you're trying
Isn't
to
that
push them along.
crazy? Now it takes a little luck, guys. If there's an error involved, you
Right.
can't keep running. You
Right.
can't. But the ball just bounced the right way. He
I'm
kept
sure
running.
someone bobbled it a little bit, I'm sure.
The minor leagues, you would think, you can't see the video. They had the video of this. They had the game broadcast. I watched the video. I can tell you this. The last inside the park grand slam in MLB was hit in 2022. I don't even know if I remember this guy.
Hold on. Kyle Lewis.
Good guess. Wrong. Raimel Tapia.
Oh my goodness.
Blue Jays.
Oh my
He was
goodness.
the last one.
Wow.
Raimel Tapia.
That doesn't happen very often at all.
Is that a blast from the past for you, PJ?
Dude, he used to kill me on MLB The Show. He was like a 57 overall, and he would just crush me.
Well, hey, shout out to him. Shout out.
If you hear this and you want to come on the show, reach out.
I couldn't hit it inside the park grand slam. I guess I got lucky I could, but still.
If there was no fielders, I could.
No fielders. Yeah.
I mean, maybe if someone broke their leg running out,
Well-
and no one caught it until afterwards.
Like when Ronald Acuna tore his ACL and,
Yeah.
and Jazz
Oh,
Chisholm got an
man.
inside the park home run.
Yeah, that's the only way I think I could get that.
Ronald Acuna's laying out there in a
Oh,
heap,
man.
holding his knee, and
'Cause
Jazz
let's be
just
honest,
keeps going.
I mean, I'm pretty fast, is what
Yeah.
I like to think.
Yeah.
I've been fast before, at least.
Sure.
I question whether or not I could actually beat some of these guys' throws. They're throwing it,
They're
what,
throwing
like
it hard.
100 miles an hour?
Some of them
And
get
we're
thrown
not
real
talking
hard.
about just the pitchers.
No.
Acuna can be in the back left corner and
Yes, he
launch to
could.
third base
It's
with
crazy.
no problem. No stutter step, nothing.
And
Flat-footed.
accurately.
Flat-footed.
Straight to the fielder.
Straight there.
15.4 seconds is not that. That is a short amount of time to get around the bases.
Flight time on the ball would be a lot less quicker than that if someone
only
had picked
3
it up.
players in the majors have had a faster home-to-home time last season.
Corbin Carroll, I bet, was one.
I
of
bet
them.
one. I
bet
didn't look it
Ellie,
up.
Maybe.
Kind of
if I
crazy.
had to guess.
Maybe Rowdy Tellez.
Definitely Alejandro Kirk as well.
Kirk, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of leads me into a good segue for Around the Basics,
Okay.
which is where I'm going to ask you guys questions that have been either submitted via other people or something I might have myself about baseball, okay? And this isn't a trivia game. I don't know the answer. I have not a single clue what this could be. I'm just asking a question, okay? Hopefully you guys have an answer. If not, then, well, that's a bummer, okay? A big
find
Aaron
an answer
bummer.
later.
Aaron Bummer.
It's a big Aaron bummer, isn't it?
Aaron Bummer.
So first off, what is a bulk?
A bulk. How do we explain a
I
bulk?
don't even know how to describe that, honestly.
See, this is actually one that I saw posed to one of the announcers for the Marlins, and they also said almost the exact same thing.
I know exactly. You know it when you see it.
You do know it when you see it. You cannot deceive the runner with something.
Basically, if you do anything to deceive the runner that is deemed, like if you
What is deceiving the
like
runner?
Tricking them.
like if you here's
So if I
the
pretend
basic
to
the
throw
most
to get them off and then launch it at them.
here's the most basic common balk
Okay.
is The pitcher, let's say it's a right-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
There's a runner on first. He'll pick up his left leg.
Like he's going to start.
Like he's going to go forward.
Yeah.
And then he'll turn. Charles, is that right?
That's right.
He'll turn even though he's already picked up. If you're going
he's
towards the mound.
Already initiated the motion towards the plate.
Right. I'm pretty sure.
But he's not actually going towards the plate. He's faking him out to pick off first is what
Also,
you're saying. And
yes,
that would be a balk.
That would be. Also, I'm pretty sure, like.
That just seems like playing the game smart to me.
Well, there's a way to do it.
It's trying to
Okay.
put a leg up on the runner, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
You got to play by the rules.
You're supposed to use. I could be wrong. This could be Little League I'm thinking of. But you're supposed to use a certain foot. Is that right? Or am I thinking of Little League?
Yeah, I mean.
I was trying to go to their.
Let me tell you this. If you could Google this, the answer is, I'm scrolling here. It's long. One of the basic balks is if the pitcher is on the mound, the hitter's ready to hit, and the pitcher has his glove up and he drops the ball.
Okay.
That's a balk.
Okay.
Believe it or not, that's a balk.
Okay.
That runner gets to go to second. Or if he's on second, he gets to go to third. He gets to move up a base.
Okay.
Okay? If you do something that, if you just are up and you're ready to throw and you come to a stop, if you move a little bit without going to the plate, that little movement
can be a balk.
That's a balk. You cannot do that.
Here's what MLB.com says. A balk occurs when a pitcher makes an illegal motion on the mound that the umpire deems to be deceitful to the runner. As a result, any men on base are awarded the next base. And if the pitch is thrown, it's waved off.
And you can't fake a throw to first either. If you fake a throw over there, you will be called a balk.
When did this become a rule?
A long time, but a newer one is now if you throw over 3 times.
Yes,
that's a balk now.
That's a new rule.
What?
Like
they try to speed the game up.
You only get 2 disengagements each plate appearance.
Okay.
To throw over to first.
Yeah.
Or any bag.
Okay, so if you throw over if you try to pick someone off 3 times, that's a balk.
The 3rd time you have to get them out, and if you don't, they get the next base.
That's a balk.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I saw that a couple
hard
times
to explain,
so far this season.
but PJ is right.
When you specific rules for balks first were introduced in 1898 to prevent pitchers from intentionally deceiving runners.
Well, that almost just sounds.
It's just because it's just made to make where the pitcher doesn't have an advantage over that runner, besides getting the ball to the catcher.
Right, and that's why you see guys like Max Fried who have a great pickoff move, where it's like almost on the line, but he's so good at it that it's just like that is an advantage because he's so good at it.
Yeah. Okay.
And sometimes if there's a runner at first and third, you can see a right-handed pitcher fake a throw to third and look at first and not be called for balking.
Yeah, honestly,
it's weird.
It kind of depends on the umpire.
Yeah, sometimes it's up to the rule interpretation, which I don't like.
Technically, if the catcher, like if the ball is on the ground, I saw this not too long ago. The ball is on the ground and the catcher uses his mask to grab it. You know what? That's technically a balk.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. If you if you throw your hat in the air to catch a ball, that's not allowed.
You can't do that.
So that'd technically be it's like
it makes sense.
Equipment interference or something, but it's like the same thing as a balk.
So you have another one? I like this.
Yeah, it's kind of
You have
another one?
So are umpires are they similar to soccer in the way that in soccer the refs are judges? They have a book of laws, not rules.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like that? The rules are more or less.
Strike zone
it's up to the discretion of the umpire. This can't be hard and fast. I know that strike zone's been cleared up by ABS.
Right, but before it was a law, not a rule.
It was a law, not rule thing.
But
okay.
tie goes to the runner.
Yeah.
Now obviously we have
replay.
Some of these things that have eliminated these calls that weren't. But it's definitely some umpires. If you do this or that, they call it that way.
Okay.
Some older guys call it certain ways. So
absolutely. All right, next one. What is getting run ruled?
That don't happen in the big leagues, does it? Run rule?
Nope.
I've only ever seen clips of
and
this.
So
I don't know what
college baseball they have that.
Yeah.
This is a baseball podcast, guys.
It's true.
It's not just a major league baseball podcast.
In college baseball, I think it's 10 after 7. If you're down 10 runs after 7 innings, the game's over.
Okay, well that makes sense. It's a mercy ruling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then some other other leagues might be 15 after 5 or 10 after 7.
Okay.
So.
Now,
and some of the different levels have different rules.
Like slow pitch softball, it depends.
I think we discussed this for WBC. We saw this almost happen for
that's
Taiwan,
right. There was
Japan?
a run rule in WBC.
There's a run rule.
We saw that But anyway, that does clear that up.
Yeah, and and run rules and those places that have the run rule. If it's a playoff game or some game in the championship levels, a lot of times they won't have that rule because you have to play the whole game. You can't just be like, okay, this game's over.
Makes sense.
You win the championship, it's over.
And now here's another question we have: what is an automatic strike?
What would an automatic strike be? I don't know if I've ever heard of that. You're gonna make me look this one up.
That's. Speak into the mic, please.
I know what an automatic double is.
What's an automatic double?
An automatic double is it used to be called a ground rule.
That's another question on here.
But now it's whenever the ball lands in fair territory and then leaves the field of play or is inaccessible in the field of play. Like a couple years ago, I remember probably it happens every year, and at Wrigley Field, the ball would get stuck in the ivy sometimes, and so you're supposed to hold your hand up.
Yeah.
And the umpire's supposed to call play, and it's supposed to be automatic double.
I know your automatic strike.
Yeah?
I think I know. If the batter steps out of the box, an automatic strike could be thrown at you, right?
I think maybe if you're not set by the pitch clock,
you have to be ready.
That would probably be an automatic strike.
There were some players that mess with their socks, their hat, their helmet, their gloves, everything, and then waste all this time.
Yeah.
And now they don't want to let you waste time. They want you to get in there, get ready to hit. The pitcher has to be ready to pitch. If you don't, the pitcher get automatic balls thrown at him. Like, not literally thrown at him, but like they can call a ball, say, ball, you violated the pitch clock, ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same with the automatic strike.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. And then why is there a pitch clock now?
Pace of play.
Just pace of play.
Yeah,
just
games were going. Yeah, they
way too long.
Just some guys were taking way too long, right?
Because, like Charles said, there's some guys, they're so routine that in between every pitch, loosen their gloves, tighten their gloves, take off their helmet, fix it, hit their bat on their cleats, loosen their gloves, tighten their gloves, take a deep breath, do their practice swings, and it's like, dude, that just took 45 seconds. Like, there's a clip, a famous clip, of Zach Greinke making 2 pitches, and in that time he takes him to make 2 pitches, the entire running of the Kentucky Derby happens.
Wow.
And that obviously has been changed now but like Zach Greinke, I think people used to call him the human rain delay.
Yeah.
Because he just moved at whatever pace he wanted to.
It's way better with the pitch clock.
I agree. At first I was like, this is ridiculous. I don't like it when I'm at the game. When I'm at the game and it's like 2 hours, I'm like, come on. I need more time.
That's different.
I'm enjoying the length of the games. I get to watch like 3.
Well, yeah.
You're seeing
at home, it's way better. But at the game, I want the experience to last longer.
No, absolutely. I need to get to some games soon.
Believe it or not, it has really helped the pace, and it is like it's not even the same to me.
They added a few other rules, like this came in with the pickoffs, right? And then they used to be it was a 1 batter minimum for pitchers. So if you came in, you had to face 1 batter, and then you could change them. Now it's 3 because it used to be like if it was lefty, righty, lefty, teams would go, all right, we're going to start with the lefty. He gets the guy out. Now it's a righty. And then he gets the guy out. All right, now another lefty. And it took inning took 45 minutes.
And I can imagine that watching that on TV was just abysmal because they throw a commercial break every time a pitcher switches.
The guy throws 6 pitches and it's commercial break, So that one I'm not. At first I was like, I feel like it should be 2, but I think 3 is fine.
Yeah, it's different. It's definitely different. I like it better now.
And since we're on pitching, do you guys know what an arsonist is? In reference to
I know the crime.
Absolutely, you know the crime.
Do you know what it is?
I do because I looked this up because I was looking up questions, right? I was trying to figure out like baseball terms and stuff, and I happened across this one, and I was very, very confused. Why are we talking about arson in a baseball game, right?
Okay, I found it.
You found it.
I want to know now.
Charles wants to know. PJ,
lay
it on him.
Let's see. This is what Wikipedia Glossary of Baseball Terms says. An arsonist, an ineffective relief pitcher, usually a pitcher who comes into the game with no one on base but proceeds to give up several runs, opposite of fireman.
I think we know a few people.
Actually,
like
that makes so much sense. I don't know why that didn't click.
That makes sense.
I can think of a couple of guys. Tommy Malone.
Tommy Malone, yeah.
Not shout out Tommy Malone. The opposite of a shout out.
Aaron Bummer.
Don't hate on the Bummer man right now.
He's not as bad. But Tommy Malone, this guy, I think he made 3 starts for the Braves in 2020, and he gave up like 8 runs a game, and the Braves won all 3 because they scored like 12 runs somehow every time this guy started. But he'd give up like 10 runs. It was crazy.
bender.
I have watched a lot of. I have never heard a commentator or play-by-play guy, anyone use that term. That's kind of fun.
Yeah. I was just looking stuff up, man. I've just been trying to read.
Tommy Milone pitched 9 2/3 innings in 2020 for the Braves and gave up 16 runs.
Oh my God.
Yeah, wasn't very good.
It was dreadful, man.
And it was between him and Robbie Erlin, and so it wasn't going too hot.
I know I talked some mad smack about the Astros pitching earlier in the show.
Yeah, you did.
There were some years in there where the Braves had some pitchers that were like, oh, I didn't want to watch them pitch.
Here's another question.
Was Luke Jackson one of those?
Some years he was.
One more question for you guys. Do players slide for drama?
I don't think so.
Nah. I don't think so.
You think it's 100% necessary?
They usually
every
don't
time?
slide if they don't have to, because I mean, so many guys get hurt sliding.
They don't.
I saw a dude get hurt.
That's why they got the gloves now, right? That was
some of those guys were like oven mitt looking things.
Yeah. That was a listener suggested question there.
I mean, that's good. I mean, I don't think it's much as drama. I think sliding into first is dumb. This is my opinion. Just run to first. Just go from home plate to first.
Absolutely.
Now, sliding into second, third, in home plate, you can slide and you can go around the catch. You can go around base runners a lot easier than just going straight at the plate. So you can slide. I saw a guy the other day slide, and he got his left back foot on the plate before that guy could tag him at all.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's absolutely necessary.
So I think sliding is part of the game. I don't think it's drama. Now, some people may think, why did you slide head first when you could slide feet first? Whatever. Some people just like sliding head first better. But it's a strategy, I think. It's just a way to try to get around the fielder.
Well, should we bring in an arsonist? Let's bring in a fireman and close this thing out.
Who's our closer today? Who is
Andres Munoz.
Oh, Andres Munoz.
Shouts out Andres Munoz.
Shout out Andres.
The lights dim, and we're going to wrap this show up with our 3 things. I wrote down a lefty of the day today. He won his first game in 1,033 days after recovering from multiple injuries. He beat the White Sox on the 14th of April. Shane McClanahan, Tampa Bay Rays.
I hadn't heard his name in a while.
The Rays of Sunshine, the Tampa Bay Rays.
McClanahan.
Lefty of the day.
Well,
he sounds like a lefty. He sounds like quite the lefty.
He does.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember what I called my segment.
He said, here's a guy.
Here's a guy.
Here's a guy. That's what it is, yeah. This player, also a lefty, and it's got a special place in my heart. He went to the University of Arkansas. Cliff Lee.
Cliff Lee, yeah.
Cliff Lee was a great player, and even though he played for the Phillies, I always liked watching him pitch.
Cliff Lee, he was a great pitcher.
Shouts out Cliff Lee.
And he went to Arkansas.
He did.
For my player in time, I'm actually throwing this way back. I'm talking way back. We're going Jim Creighton, okay? Now, a lot of people might not know who Jim Creighton is. This guy stopped playing in 1862 because he died.
He did?
Yeah, he did. He was not a lefty, so I don't want to disappoint you two. He threw right, he batted right, and this I'm sure they had to bat back then. So he actually created apparently the new style at that point, which was a confrontation between the pitcher and the batter.
Oh.
And he turned it into more of a standoff instead of everyone just kind of playing ball. It was 100% at that point, I guess, a pitcher and batter game.
Right.
And I'm sure he took a day and a half to do it, but he threw so many pitches that he developed a hernia.
Oh.
And died from the complications from it.
Well, that's
just
dark.
Kept rupturing it. It's a little dark, but this dude kind of revolutionized the game. Like he was an insane pitcher.
Interesting fact about James Jimmy Creighton Jr. here.
Thank you.
Baseball Reference took me to a place I've never been before.
Where?
He doesn't have a Baseball Reference page.
He
has
doesn't.
a Baseball Reference, it's called From BR Bullpen, which I think means they have very little information about this guy.
Yep.
But he did play for the Brooklyn Niagaras.
The Brooklyn Niagaras?
Yeah.
Did he have a City Connect?
They don't have a Baseball Reference page, so I'll have to do some research on that.
They should have had a City Connect.
Could have been a cool Niagara Falls uniform.
I'm gonna end the show with something kind of, a serious note. Jackie Robinson Day. Jackie said, A life is not important except the impact it has on other lives. We'll see you next time.